First reading. A reading from the second letter of John, chapter 4, verse 9. I was overjoyed to find some of your children walking in the truth, just as we have been commanded by the Father. But now, dear lady, I ask you, not as though I were writing you a new commandment, but one we have had from the beginning. Let us love one another, and this is love, that we walk according to His commandments. This is the commandment, just as you have heard it from the beginning. You must walk in it. Many deceivers have gone out into the world, those who do not confess that Jesus Christ has come in the flesh. Any such person is the deceiver and the Antichrist. Be on your guard, so that you do not lose what we have worked for, but may receive a full reward. Everyone who does not abide in the teaching of Christ, but goes beyond it, does not have God. Whoever abides in the teaching has both the Father and the Son. The word of the Lord.
Being vigilant and ready is like the theme that we have for this entire month of November. And the word of the Lord reminds us today again that we need to prepare ourselves so that we could meet and welcome the Lord at any given time of our life. A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Saint Luke. Just as it was in the days of Noah, so too it will be in the days of the Son of Man. They were eating and drinking and marrying and being given in marriage until the day Noah entered the ark, and the flood came and destroyed all of them. Likewise, just as it was in the days of Lot. They were eating and drinking, buying and selling, planting and building. But on the day that Lot left Sodom, it rained fire and sulfur from heaven and destroyed all of them. It will be like that on the day that the Son of Man is revealed. On that day, anyone on the housetop who has belongings in the house must not come down to take them away. And likewise, anyone in the field must not turn back. Remember Lot's wife. Those who try to make their life secure will lose it, but those who lose their life will keep it. I tell you, on that night there will be two in one bed. One will be taken and the other left. There will be two women grinding meal together. One will be taken and the other left. Then they asked him, Where, Lord? He said to them, Where the corpse is, there the vultures will gather. The Gospel of the Lord. Have you ever asked yourself, why is the church taking so much of time during this month of November to tell us that we need to prepare ourselves? Or to tell us that we need to be ready at any given time so the Lord could come in and welcome us, or that the Lord could find us ready and watchful and vigilant whenever He comes? I think the reason is that the church understands, and the Word of God clearly supports it, that we are very weak, fragile and broken at times, that we easily forget when we live in this world that we have a place where we need to go after this life. So to say, we forget that we are eternal. We forget that we could be eternal if we live according to the will and the teachings of Christ. And therefore, the church every year takes at least 30 days to remind us that we need to prepare ourselves so that the Lord could find us watchful, vigilant, and ready, aware, alert. So when He comes, that we will be always as pleasing to Him. But the problem we have is that the world we live in tells us a different story. We hear constantly that this life is good, and living according to the whims and fancies of this world satisfies us. And so easily we get carried away. And therefore, what happens is we begin to find comfort and solace in the things that we have, or in the things that we earn, or in the relationships that we have. But the Lord tells us this is exactly what happened during the time of Noah. People were eating, they were drinking, they were given in marriage, and they bought, they sold, and people were so busy with things that they forgot the most important thing in their life. And for us Catholics, the most important person in our life is God. We know that as we wake up every morning, that we only have to please Him and Him alone. We live for Him and Him alone. So therefore, it is very easy for us to put the priorities in our lives right. Whenever we live for the Lord. Whenever we speak the word of the Lord. Therefore, the Lord becomes the most important thing in our life. And if we have that, nothing will go wrong. No distraction can take us away from the Lord. And we will rather be faithful to Him, and He will one day welcome us with open arms. Sri Wachanayano.